Hi and a very warm welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking you on a garden tour of our late flowering perennials. I'm going to start today's garden tour with a really special plant. This is one I truly love. It's a really good doer. It's Persicaria amplexicaulis, and this is a variety called Firetail. It really does what it says on the tin. These lovely tall plumes, slender, and just look at how much of a bee magnet this is. There's bees covering this. It's wonderful to see, and if you want bees in the garden, this is a really good way to attract them at this time of year. It has a really long flowering period as well. So this one has been flowering for many weeks already, and it will go on flowering as well. At first, it's one of those plants where you look at the foliage and you think, oh, one of our neighbours actually said it looks like a common dock, and you can sort of see why she would say that, but it's not. Just look at it. It's a really garden worthy plant. Again, we've been growing this for such a long time, but we wouldn't be without it. I like Firetail because of the vibrant red flowers, but one of the other reasons why we grow it is you've got that height as well with it. So it gets to, once it's established, it can grow quite tall. Also, the bees, if you're looking to help the pollinators, this is a really good way to do it. Now, the second plant on my garden tour list today is another Persicaria, and this one is Persicaria amplexicaulis Alba. As you can see, very different flowers. You've got much slender foliage, so the leaves are much slender, and you have those tall, narrow, very dainty flowers. It's a beautiful one, this one. Again, reaching a similar height, but it looks very different, and it's a good contrast. It's nice to have the two in the garden, and you know, we've got more, but it's nice to have these two because you get the height, but you also get that fantastic looking foliage and those gorgeous white flowers as well. Again, bee magnets. The bees just absolutely love them. Wouldn't be without these two plants, and they fill a space. In drifts, they look absolutely amazing. I really do like this one, especially the Alba, because of the drift that Paul's strategically planted it in this bed. And I just think it looks lovely. It really does. Such a bee magnet and such a nice, again, white is a great thing to have in the garden because it illuminates a darker area. The sun comes on this area once the afternoon comes in, just this little bit here near the shed, and to have that white in this area, it lifts it. It makes it appear much brighter. The next plant I want to show you, and this one is just gorgeous. This is Aster Twilight. Now, Asters have had quite a name change in the past few years, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce what they're called now, but I just know them as, and always have done, Asters, or Michaelmas Daisies, you've probably heard of as well. And this one, as I say, is Twilight. Such a beautiful blue flower with a lovely yellow centre. The yellow centres, as the flowers begin to go over, turn to a brown colour. So and I like that as well. I think they're just as valid. So you have these new ones here with a vibrant yellow, and then once they begin to be spent, they go brown, and I just think it's just such a lovely contrast. I also like Aster Twilight because it's one of those plants that again offers something quite different from your more traditional asters, in the fact that we have an aster over here, and this one is Calliope, and it's a more of a traditionally leaved variety. So you tend to get, another example is in a small pot, we've got Winston Churchill over here that I'll show you. This is more, when you think of asters, and quite traditional asters, this is what you really think of, this kind of foliage. They're also prone as well back in the day to powdery mildew. My mum used to have an Aster in the front garden, quite a big clump, and when I was a child, and it was always covered in powdery mildew. Now, Aster Twilight, nothing like that at all. Absolutely amazing. And the foliage, as you can see, is very, very, very different. That's the point I'm trying to make. Much bigger foliage at the base, going to narrow foliage as we move up the plant. And that gives us a real contrast and such an amazing interest. I just love this one. If you've not grown Twilight before, we really do recommend it. We've grown this in many gardens over the years, and I just love it. I think we just wouldn't be without it now. We've grown it for that long. It's such an amazing plant. It's a really good doer. It's very, very reliable, and it loves this spot where it is now. Again, amazing, as Paul's done here, planted in drifts. You could go even further with that. If you had much more space, you could go further and plant these in huge drifts for ultimate impact. Next on my list, and I've just got to show you this one, another one we've been growing for a very, very long time in various gardens, is Penstemon Garnet. So Penstemon, really, really nice plant. I love the habit of this one. This has been cut back. It finished its first flowering. It was just divine. The whole of this area was just covered in these gorgeous succulent flowers. Just look at the colour on those. Absolutely amazing. Just look, they're divine. Now, I will tell you something. When they've been cut back, what happens is ultimately you will get new growth, and you can see flowers beginning to emerge. They're the flower buds. So as this stem gets taller, then we will get more of these lovely flowers. Nothing beats its first flush, but I'm telling you now, this one keeps giving and giving and giving, and it's a really valuable asset to the garden. There are all kinds of penstemons that you can actually get. Garnet is my favourite, but there are many more varieties to choose from, and it's something that I just wouldn't be without in the garden. It's so lovely, such a great plant. It's a valuable asset, and it just looks amazing, and it really does fill a space as well and create impact. And that's what you want in a garden. You want that impact. You know, I love the fact it's been placed here next to the Aster, because Paul designed this area, and I just love the contrast between the two colours. Absolutely amazing. Now, moving on, we're going to Astrantia. Astrantia, you can get all different types of Astrantia, but this one is Astrantia Roma. So Astrantia Roma, really nice variety. I love the way it opens out to this beautiful red and then gradually fades as time goes on. This is beginning to fade, but you can see just such beautiful flowers. Insects love it. I like the foliage. Do you know what the foliage reminds me of? And I've only just thought about this now. Very different plant, Astrantia, to a hardy geranium, but just reminds me of that kind of foliage. But it's a really, really nice plant. We used to use this a lot in garden design as well. So when we designed gardens, we will place this in. Very nice plant. It just looks amazing. I like the fact that these stems, it grows to, this is about the height it grows to, perhaps a little bit more. It's not going to grow any taller than this, but it provides great interest at this time of year. I like these stems, the way that they just come up, and then at the top you've got all these flowers on. I just love the way it grows. I love its habit. If it's prone, if you get one of these and you find in the in the rain you've got stems falling all over the place, do you know what to do? Just get one of these little supports. Little support here like that. You can buy them online. You can probably get them on places like Temu and Amazon and other places. Wherever you go to, you can get these, wherever you go online, and you can get these little supports. Just look at that. So they just fit in. So it's one stem, one spike, fits into the ground, and then you just wrap these around to support them. And that stops them sprawling all over the path, which they will do, to be honest with you. If you've got a heavy downpour or you start watering the garden with your collected water, because that's what we really should be doing now where possible, using water that we've already stored, you know, rainwater that we've collected and things like that where possible. And you start watering and then the stems are all over the place. You want to give them support. You don't want them to snap. You don't want to lose them. So the best thing to do is to get some supports in there. You can do that with any plant, but supports can come in a variety of sizes. They're not just all for massive perennials, for massive plants to keep them in check. There's small ones like that as well that you can use. You could get a few of these. If you're having trouble with some of the stems on this plant or other plants, just get a few of these from online. It's so easy, and they really do make a difference. Now, on to the next one, another Persicaria for you. This one is a low growing variety. This one is Persicaria affinis Superba. So Persicaria affinis Superba. I'm going to try and move out of the cameraman's light there. Now, this looks great. It starts off these beautiful majestic flowers. Just look at how they start. And then as time goes on, once these begin to go over, they fade to this beautiful brown, red kind of colour. Really, really nice. And you've got all seed on there. Now this one spreads all over the place. It's a real thug, as Persicarias are in general, to be honest with you. And they need keeping in check. This one will just spread all over the place. And if we allowed this, we'd end up with it running all the way across the slate path, all the way across the border. It will take over. So it's one of those that you do need to keep in check and pull bits of it out sometimes. But if you've got a space for it, and you can just use that space for this plant and other Persicarias as well, and just let them run rampant, then that's the way to do it. That's also the same, as I've said, with other Persicaria as well. Persicaria amplexicaulis, Firetail would run rampant. That could quite easily take over this whole space if we allowed it. We're not going to do that. This one is really easy to divide as well. So when it comes to spring time, probably the best time to do this, divide it. Do some division, and I'm telling you now, it will thank you for it. The plant will thank you, and you get lots of new plants for free to place in other parts of the garden, also to give away to family and friends. Give things away, do something nice, you know, pot them on and pass them on to someone that you know. They really will appreciate it, honestly. And you're spreading the love, and you're also spreading the love for the bees as well, because the bees really appreciate it. Sedum Matrona is another really great plant. This one's Paul's favourite. It is a really nice sedum, quite fleshy and bulky, which means they are great for dry gardens. They're drought tolerant. They can handle a lot of dry weather. They're adored by butterflies and bees as soon as these flowers open. But I love the fleshiness of it. Really big foliage. Look at that for a leaf. Great foliage. This will spread all over this entire area, and the reason why, you probably remember from some of the other videos, but if you're new to our channel you wouldn't know this, the reason why there's cosmos mixed in here, annual cosmos, is to just fill in gaps, because these were very small plants, very tiny when they were put in. Now look at them, they're beginning to bulk up, they're beginning to spread. But Sedum Matrona is a really beautiful sedum. There are so many. I know that growing up we had the traditional form in our garden, and my nan did as well, in her garden just around the corner, and it was lovely. It was so nice. But this is quite a different one. I love the flowers on it. I love the deep sort of like pinky reddy centres with the white on the outside, with a touch of the pink running along as well. But look at those lovely stems, the gorgeous colour on there. You can't beat it, you really can't, honestly. And again, drought tolerant, so a great plant to have in the garden, especially with all the weather that we've been having, because it can handle a bit of neglect. It can handle not being watered, and that's what we need more plants of. The way that the summers are going with these long hot spells, we need to be really thinking about this, and moving forward we need to be planting more plants like this. But again, when you see these flowers out, you will get bees and butterflies all over them. You really will. On to the next plant. This one, I'm going to go straight to this one. This is Helianthus Lemon Queen. So it's a sunflower, but it's a perennial sunflower. Lemon Queen is a really tall variety. You're probably thinking, that's tall, but it's not as tall as what you might imagine when you mention that something's tall. There's a reason for this. Now, early on in the season, Paul gave this one, after it had been planted a while and began to grow, when he planted these new borders, he gave it the Chelsea chop. And the idea was, his reason for doing that was to slow the growth down and reduce the height on the plants. It was about reducing that height, because if we were to let this plant grow to its maximum height, it will be up here. And to be honest with you, in this bed here, because this isn't a border, it hasn't got a back to it, this is a bed, it would not look right. It would be masking out the other plants. This is the perfect height now. And this was done to quite a few of the perennials, including our Aster little Carlo over there as well. That was done to the same thing for the same reason. And that is now much lower because of that. Otherwise this one will be up here as well. So there's such, you know, there are things that you can do to reduce the height of plants. One of those things, pardon the aeroplane, is the Chelsea chop. So that's a great time to do it. And it's called the Chelsea chop because you do it at around the time when the Chelsea flower show is on. So hence the reason, hence the saying, Chelsea chop. Now, Helianthus, let's get back to the job in question. Those lovely, gorgeous daisy flowers, those beautiful sunflowers with the bright, vibrant centres. Bees love them. It's slow. Once it starts flowering, the flowers open gradually over time. It's not one of those that seems to burst into flower all at once. One day the flowers, the buds are there, the next minute they burst open all at the same time. They tend to give you little bits. She gives you a little bit of herself. She doesn't give her all. And that's what I like about it. Every day there's more flowers coming out on this. She does like some water. She likes to be in full sun, but she does like water as well. So it's always nice to give her a little top up on really dry periods. Just give her a bucket of water and she will definitely thank you for that. But the bees love her. But more importantly, the bees are important, but more importantly to us, just to come out and see those sunshine flowers, those daisy, beautiful daisy flowers. Absolutely amazing. You can't beat them. On to my next choice now. It's another sedum, and this one is Sedum Carl. I love the name and I love the height and I love the colour. It's a low growing variety of sedum. Sedum Carl has a most gorgeous colour as well. There's lots of bees on here enjoying themselves. Well, there's two to start with, three. There's four actually. Now, the colour is the most gorgeous succulent colour. I almost feel like when I see that colour that, you know, one of those in sweet shops years ago when they were on every corner when I was growing up, and you just go in after school and just get some a bag of sweets, bag of hard boiled sweets. That's what it reminds me of. It just makes me want to suck on a sweet because that colour is just beautiful. I love it. It's a really nice colour. It's vibrant, but it's not over the top at the same time. I like the foliage. As I say, this is a low growing variety. This has reached its maximum height. It's not going to grow much bigger than this. It could potentially a little bit more. It could come up to, say, here, where my hand is. But it's not going to grow out of its place. It's not going to be a root at all. I like the fact it's compact as well. It's compact. It's not going to start spreading everywhere with stems going like this all over the place as traditional sedums quite often do. This one stays in its place. Sedum Carl knows his place, and I like this. I think it's a really good plant. Again, sedums are drought tolerant, so if you want to grow plants that need much less water, this is the way to go. But at this time of year now, they're late flowering, they're giving the all at a time when a lot of our other earlier perennials are coming to an end or have already finished. This is a great one. If you've got a smaller garden, Sedum Carl will be the choice for you. But even in a larger garden, just look at it and you imagine more of these planted, because that looks stunning as it is, but you imagine a lot more. They're a great plant, very reliable. We've had no problems with this one. It's quite a new one on us. We've had no problems with it whatsoever, and I just love how healthy the foliage looks and how healthy the plants are. They're really great. Now, onto something really special as well. Another special friend of ours. This is Lobelia Hadspen Purple. So Lobelia Hadspen Purple. Really nice purple flowers. Gorgeous purple flowers. And again, I love my tallies, and this one, these lovely tall stems with the most beautiful flowers. You can't beat it. Just look at how vibrant that is. And that purple is quite a unique purple. It's vibrant, it's uplifting, It's cheery, it makes you feel good. You look at it and you just think, wow, it's just awesome. I really do. Quite often I walk out into the garden and I just stand for ages just watching this one because it is such a beautiful colour. I just love it. If you've not grown Lobelia before, this is another one that does like the sun, but it likes to be watered as well. So for long dry periods, it would appreciate, again, a bucket of water on it, but you can collect that in the garden. You can just collect buckets full of water. If you've got a water butt or anything like that, that's the great way forward. Sometimes we do have to hose, we all do as gardeners, and sometimes we do have to, you know, use the watering can and the tap on the wall and things like that. But where possible, it's probably better to collect as much rainwater as we can, the way things are going. But this one is a really great one. I love it. Tiarella is a very beautiful, low growing perennial. This one is Tiarella Pink Skyrocket. Reason being, you've got the beautiful pink buds opening up to the most gorgeous white. Absolutely amazing. I love this. Very low growing, but they're actually very lightly scented as well, and I love the fragrance of these. I really do like them. Really love it. Now, they do not like it too dry. We had an issue with these about a month or so ago where this section here really dried up, but it had been quite a dry period, so that's probably why, and they were not watered very much, but they're really beautiful. Now, the way to deadhead these is you don't need to run along with secateurs damaging all other flowers around it because you're cutting heads off that are about to flower. What you do is this, you follow that stem down. So that's finished, you can see. We've got flowers, we've got no flowers, we've got a spent head there, spent stem. Go right down to the base and just go pull. And that's it. And that's the best way to deadhead this plant. Now, place those on the ground temporarily. We're going to go over to another part of the garden, but if you've not grown Tiarella before, give it a go. I'm going to go over now to a beautiful Crocosmia. I'm going to start with this one. This is Crocosmia Citronella, and at this time of year now, just look at how gorgeous that is. It's almost like a buttery yellow. It is vibrant in itself, but it's soft. There's sort of like this vibrancy there, but there's that soft element to the colour as well, but I really do like it. It's a lovely, cheery Crocosmia, because you know with Crocosmias I like my reds, and Lucifer flowers much earlier, and that's actually my favourite, but Citronella is really growing on me, and it's great at this time of year. It's a perfect flower. Perfect flowering time. It just looks amazing. I just love it. I really do like this one. Now we've got Lythrum here, and this one is a Lythrum called Dropmore Purple. Now when I say Lythrum, there's going to be so many people out there saying, no, Lythrum, it's invasive, you can't plant it anywhere, it'll just take over. No, this one is a cultivated variety of Lythrum. So if you're looking for a Lythrum that is not invasive, Dropmore Purple is the one for you. Right, get this plant. It's not invasive, it's not going to spread and take over the garden. Remember once we mentioned it a long time ago and someone put a comment on saying, oh, it's invasive, and it's not. This is cultivated, this is not invasive, okay? This is what to do when you don't want to put an invasive plant in your garden. Really great. Likes damp areas as well, so it could handle boggy conditions. This, it really does like it. It likes the sunshine, but it does handle boggy conditions ideally, and we haven't got that here, but we've placed it strategically in with an area where the shrubs around is a little more protected here, and so it's not going to dry out too much. But you can't beat that. Dropmore Purple, what a name, what a lovely plant as well, and not invasive. A favourite of mine is Eupatorium. Now Eupatorium does like moisture, so it likes to be well watered, but just look at this Torley. He's absolutely amazing. Look at that for height. just truly stunning. The most gorgeous foliage with these lovely purple stems with the most lovely purple flowers. Now, these bits here will eventually, when it goes to seed on all this will, they will literally, I love in a breeze watching them just fly away. They fly away into the distance, all over the garden, all over the place, creating lots of offspring. Really, really love this plant. I love its height. It's so nice and tall. It's really beautiful. And I just think I'm going to show you this support as well, because talking of supports, I mentioned a smaller one over there earlier with our Astrantia. Now look at this one. This is a much bigger support, and this keeps this plant in check when he wants to lean over, as he sometimes does in torrential rain, or which we've not had any, by the way. But when it wants to lean and sprawl all over the place, that just keeps it in check. And that's what you do with your plants. If you want them to look great, get some metal supports in. They'll last you a long time, a lot of years, provide you with so much pleasure, because you're keeping the plants where you want them and not allowing them to flop all over the place. And it's much better getting these metal supports and having canes stuck in the garden all over the place. I know a lot of people do that. We used to do that. We've got a family that do that, but there is a problem with that. There's a tendency, unless you get those little rubber things to go on top to poke your eyes out if you're gardening, you go down on one of those canes, it's not going to end well. So back to the plant in question. I love its height. I love the colour, beautiful purple flowers. I love the purple stems, probably just as much as the flowers. And then that beautiful green, long, serrated foliage. There's nothing better, honestly. I just love seeing this. Normally, quite often, it's a bit more together. There's not much we can do about that. You know, it's the way that it's growing, but it's really nice, and it's great to have tall plants in the garden. You don't want just low growing plants in your garden. You need a mixture of heights. You start mixing it up to the max. Get as many tallies in as possible, because those tall perennials will do justice for your garden. They will make it look even better. And this one's an amazing one. I do love it. Now, on to the star of the show for me at this moment in time. This Rudbeckia is fantastic. It's my favourite Rudbeckia, and this is Rudbeckia fulgida diamii. So Rudbeckia fulgida diamii. And look at those beautiful daisy flowers. I love the way that the petals, as they're open, they just go back slightly as well. Some of them go backwards. Really nice looking plant with those beautiful dark centres. Now, as the season goes on, as we approach and it loses its petals, stops flowering, and we get our first frosts. I don't want to panic everyone yet, but when we get those first frosts, do you know what this plant does? Becomes a star all over again. Those black centres are loved, the seed heads are loved by the birds. So we keep all the stems on, and the seed heads are architectural just as they are. So you have those seed heads still left on, the frost over the top of them. Nothing looks better than this plant during those frosts, honestly. So you get beautiful flowers now, but you have something really special to look forward to when you look out of the window or your conservatory or whatever you have, and you come out into the garden. You have something even more special to enjoy, and it's those seed heads. This is a truly amazing plant. I love it, really do love it. And what's not to like? It's cheery, it's vibrant, it makes you feel good, and you want plants like that in a garden. Don't be afraid of experimenting with colour, you know, with the colour wheel, but don't be afraid of planting vibrant flowers. And this is a vibrant yellow, really nice. I love it. It's my favourite now at this time of year, and will continue to be the same right up until the cold weather. Moving on, we have Phlox David behind her. And Phlox David is looking wonderful right now. Really is. It's a beautiful phlox. It's not prone to slug damage at all. We don't have any issues with Phlox David whatsoever. Those beautiful, lovely, gorgeous heads of flowers with the most divine scent right now at this time of year. When you need that burst of scent in a garden, this provides you with it. It does what it says on the tin. All phloxes are scented. But did you know that they can as well have quite almost like a similar scent, but different? There are differences within those scents, and that's what's beautiful about phlox. But this Phlox David, I really do love. Most beautiful scent, you cannot beat it. Eryngium planum is another one for you. Now Eryngium, really nice plants, but look at how tall this one is. Eryngium planum, you can't beat it. They were much more below these flowers than they are now. They're starting to go over, but just look at the difference. You start off with these gorgeous ones like this, much more bluer, but then they fade to this brown before they go to seed. I love the blue stems as well. Just look at those blue stems. It's almost otherworldly, this plant. I really do love it. You cannot beat Eryngium, and this one is no exception. Now, these can be left on as well. Speaking of seed heads, as I just said about the Rudbeckia, keep these seed heads on. Good architectural plant, good structure, and that's what you want in a garden. Back in the day, there was this tendency, once everything had finished, to hack everything back to the ground, and it remained like that all winter. We tend to leave a lot of our seed heads on. Not just food for insects, food for the birds. It's great to look at as well from the house when there's nothing else going on. Some plants, such as Geranium roseanne, can I just mention Geranium roseanne just for a minute and I'll go back to the Eryngium. Geranium roseanne is an amazing cultivar, absolutely amazing. Beautiful saucer-shaped flowers. It's sterile. It doesn't go to seed, doesn't set seed. It just continues flowering throughout the entire season, summer season, and goes on. But if we were to leave this, once it starts getting colder and the frosts come, it will just look like mush. It will turn to mush. So we probably would cut that back. We might not, we might just leave it to go to mush in case there's any insects living in there. But the thing is, it's going to go to mush, it's not going to look great. Whereas other plants like the Rudbeckia and the Eryngium are structural plants. They're going to hold their own and look great well into the colder weather. And that's what we want. We want to create interest in the garden, and also think about it, seed for the birds as well. So perfect. Now, moving on, I'm going to go to an echinacea, and this is Echinacea purpurea magnus. What a wonderful name. Beautiful echinacea. Again, structural plant. Just look at those centres. It's a beautiful, gorgeous purple colour, but look at those centres. I love to touch these. They're quite prickly. Very unique touch, good for sensory people that like to touch things like I do, and that's really, really nice to touch. But very, very beautiful plant. It's been grown in this pot and been really, really successful in this stone pot. It's really loved it in there, and you know, it's had lots of TLC, lots of water when needed, because that's important as well. Don't neglect your pots. We're having a lot of dry weather. If you're coming out and thinking, why has everything gone brown? It's because it's probably not been watered enough. And this is no exception. It just looks gorgeous. Structural, it holds its own. Some plants will do that. Moving on to Verbena. And this one is Verbena bonariensis, Purple Elegance. Now, traditional Verbena bonariensis would be much taller than this. It will be all over the place. A very beautiful plant. I love Verbena bonariensis, but Purple Elegance is nice in this part of the garden because it's shorter. It's not as tall as the traditional Verbena bonariensis is, and it provides this beautiful space here with, it nestles between the steps. So you've got two sides to it. So you've got that height, the same height as we have done with the grasses, but talking about this Verbena, really, really nice plant, and it looks great as the entrance to the summer house. I just think one of the things you need to know about this plant is not just its beautiful small purple flowers. It has a lovely scent to it, and there is something else as well. The butterflies absolutely love it. They absolutely adore it. So you get butterflies on here just constantly. They love it, they thrive on it, providing lots of nectar for those insects. It's just amazing, I love it. Do you know what I like? There's not flowers and stems all over the place. There's just these slender stems, and then you get these flowers on the top, and they're so tiny. They're so tiny, very delicate little flowers. They really are so delicate. Very, very beautiful plant. So if you're after the lower growing variety, get this one. If you're not, try the traditional Verbena bonariensis. I want to move on and show you something really, really nice. This is lovely. This one is a Helenium called Wesergold, and you can see why it's called Wesergold. Gold. Just look at those flowers. This is grown in a container as well, but Wesergold's a really, really nice one. It's such a lovely plant. Again, we need to keep on top of the watering with this, making sure it doesn't dry out. It's easy to do when you've got pots en masse like this. It's easy to forget and think that some of them are actually in a border. They're not, they're in pots, so we do need to look after it. But Heleniums offer so much interest. There's a really nice one that we have in our front garden that is very, very tall, and we'll probably put a little clip on of that one. It's a beautiful Helenium. Very, very nice. It's Chipperfield Orange. So Chipperfield Orange is the one we have on the front. It's tall, it's beautiful. It does it for me. I don't tend to like these lower growing plants. We need them in a garden, but I like the tall ones. So my final late flowering perennial is this one. This is a true beauty. This one is Teucerum haucanicum. So Teucerum haucanicum. Really beautiful plant. I love it. And you know what? The bees do too. It's got these gorgeous purple flowers on and this lovely foliage. Really has something to offer to the garden. Really nice. It loves it. And I like these flowers when they begin to go over as well. Just look at how the stems turn that colour. That's beautiful, that. That's so lovely. It's a really nice, reliable plant, has a long flowering period, so if you've not grown Teucerum before, give it a go. It's a really, really nice one, and I just love it. I just think it's just so garden worthy. It's so reliable. It's got good disease resistance. There's no problem with it, and it's drought tolerant as well. Now this bed here, this oval bed, or this circle central bed, is in full sun all day. It's in the sun all day long because the garden's very, very long. So literally as soon as the sun comes up over the houses in the distance and goes round to set over that way, it's in the sun, and this handles it really, really well. It's a lovely drought tolerant plant for your garden. Now I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to end there. It's been really great having you on this garden journey, but there is something I want to just show you. I've just remembered something. This beautiful rose. Now, for the first time, it's been in the garden for many, many years, many decades, but it flowered this year for the first time. I give it a really good cut back, this section, some of you might remember, and it flowered. But what I've done is I've left the rose hips on, and I think they look really beautiful. I think some of the birds are really going to enjoy these over the winter period, but they do look amazing. I love red, it's my favourite colour, so this just does it for me. It really does. Now, what I want to say is thank you so much for watching this video, garden tour on with late flowering perennials, because that's what I focused on for you today. Now, it's very much appreciated that you've watched the video. Please take time to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you have social media accounts, please share our videos on social media. We really do appreciate it. It's great to get our message across and show our passion for gardening and to share that passion with other people. If you've not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. It's free to subscribe. People have asked in the past, is it free? Do I have to pay a subscription? You don't have to pay. It just means that when you click subscribe, you get to see all our videos. You've not got to go looking for them. As soon as we release a new video, you will find out about it. That's all it means. We do have a TikTok and an Instagram account as well, so please feel free to follow those. It would be great to see you on those platforms. And I've just loved showing you around the garden today. I really have. I always get excited on a garden tour. They're my favourite part of this channel, sharing our garden with you. and I know that I just want you all to know that you are appreciated. So thank you so much for watching. We will definitely see you very soon on the next one, but in the meantime, please do take care and happy gardening. Also, enjoy the rest of the summer, because before you know it, we're going to lose this warmth. So get yourself out into the garden, and it's not all about gardening. Sometimes it's about taking time out to sit out in the garden and enjoy the fruits of your labour. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.